Ladies and gentlemen, my humble pranams to all of you. My greetings to all of you. I am not a speaker as such, but I'll speak through my heart. Some of you might be wondering what this businessman from Botswana is doing here and what made me to come here. Just last year I was browsing through internet and I came across this conference that was expected to take place in this month, this year. And what attracted me most is the 4 keywords. That's what attracted me. First one is spirituality. Second thing is the wisdom. Third thing is leadership, and fourth thing is management. I have taken it in the reverse order. Spirituality, a lot of things have been said and spoken. Wisdom, everyone knows what it is. Leadership, lots of theories, lots of research has been done, everyone knows what it is. Management, everyone understands what it is. The issue that I see that is being discussed is how do we synthesize and bring them together into one person. A person, if he is spiritual, is a manager, is a leader. How is it possible? Spirituality is more a relaxed type of situation, whereas leadership and management is more action-oriented. So how one person can cope with balancing these attributes? So I personally feel that one should learn how to practice them in unison and bring a balance that will bring harmony in life. I just want to share a few of my experience and thoughts. As a chairman of the Sai Central Trust of Botswana, I was actively involved in the operations of the Sai Center. And at one time, I came across an interesting quiz. What spiritual type are you? I tried to go through the test myself. And I've seen it's very interesting. There are 8 types of spiritual types classified. And it was so amusing also. After I went through it, I tried to test it with my colleagues in the Sai Center. And I came across some very startling results. There are 6 participants. It was a small group, so only 6 people came. The 3 men, 3 women. And when the test scores were calculated by me after they answered the quiz, what I found was the women scored more than men. It was really startling to me. Usually women are very quiet and they don't seem to be talking much. They talk more about the home and the other issues, but their spiritual awareness appeared to be more. And in case of men, it was a bit less. I thought that it is something very interesting observation that I made. The next thing is, one person who is below 30 years scored more in terms of spiritual awareness than a person who is above 50 years. General understanding is that young people relatively are more worldly and older people have got more spiritual awakening or awareness or whatever. So that's also another thing that I thought that it's nothing related to age, because perhaps a person is born with it. So young people also can be more spiritual in their personality, the personality they're born with. And the third thing also which I noticed is in leadership qualities, men seem to be leading more than women by nature. So it told me something, and I wasn't sure whether that can be a broader application, because the group was small, that's purely Indian. So what I tried to do is I talked to one of the lecturers in the University of Botswana, and I said, okay, it's interesting if I can do this in a batch of MBA students. Then I came up with a 2-quiz survey to see, first thing is to determine what is the spiritual awareness in terms of some numerical values. And second thing is managerial values through another quiz. And see, when you put them together, just see whether spiritual awareness fosters managerial values. It was also a bit interesting. There are 48 participants, MBA students, and all of them are Africans. Then they are all working people, but they are doing MBA on a part-time basis. There are 25 men and 23 women. So the lecturer cooperated very well, the students cooperated very well. We had all these answer sheets, and I took them home and I calculated. I found again a very similar phenomenon. The women's spiritual awareness is more than men. So I want to compliment all women who are here. You're all spiritual beings who are with a higher spiritual awareness. We must compliment women for that. They're born with it, and we must allow them to express it. The next thing, what I have seen it in the comparison, managerial values against spiritual awareness. The scatter plot of these two variables showed a certain pattern of what you call correlation. It's not a perfect correlation, but it is. So generally what it shows, because it was taken just as one particular sample, it generally shows that spiritual awareness fosters managerial values. And when I tried to split up between men and women, in case of men it is more predominant, this aspect of correlation of managerial values and spiritual awareness. In respect of women, it is nearly flat because these two aspects are independent. And in the age analysis also, I had observed that in case of men, the spiritual awareness generally is independent, and in case of women, from middle age onwards, the spiritual awareness increases further. So it was telling something, and this is something that I wanted to share, and that's what I wanted to put it in one of the papers, what I have made observations. And if possible, I want to conduct a similar survey on other ethnic groups, if possible in South Africa, where there's a mix of whites and Indians. And I want to research further into this aspect of synthesizing spirituality with leadership and management. That's on the research side, which I have taken it as a hobby, but I wanted to do it more seriously, so I have registered for a PhD, so that it gives me more motivation to do that. The second thing I want to talk to you about is what I have seen as a matter of transformation within myself. I started my life as an engineer, then as a manager, then as an entrepreneur, then as a spiritual aspirant. What kind of transformation which came to me. I never anticipated that I will one day be a spiritual aspirant. It just happened by divine grace. Again, you got to have a lot of divine grace for that spiritual awareness to come to you. And I try to experience the synthesis, how you can synthesize your spiritual awareness with your leadership and management, so make a balanced life. I think that's what is more important, especially the younger people who are here. I would like to suggest that try to synthesize and bring that spirituality, how you can synthesize with your leadership and management qualities so that you make a harmonious life. Now, I just give you a short brief of our life in Botswana. Is one of the very peaceful countries with a small population. Stress, there is no stress. I must say, there is very little stress. We are very relaxed. And generally you find me also very relaxed. People are very good. The Indian community has done very well there. We have built several temples. I was also instrumental in building one of the Hindu temples. And every weekend we have got programs in every other. The ISKCON has built a beautiful temple there. And the Indian Christians participate actively in the Christianity. And the Sikhs built a nice Gurudwara. Recently they inaugurated it. And the Sikh community also organized the Interfaith Conference, which has been well attended and appreciated by everybody. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, I am not a great speaker, but I've shared some of my experiences, some of my thoughts. If anybody wants to ask me anything, you're most welcome.